you're actually like a really productive, nice, positive person. But I found out that you also attend detractor chats. What's up with that? I'm gonna put you on the spot. Let's see what you have to say. Because when you're in here, you say useful stuff, and I read out your messages and everything, and everyone's like, ah, you know, you contribute positively. But then I find out that you're doing like nasty stuff on the back end. What's up with that, dude? I'll put you on the spot. You got to answer right now. Let's hear it. Let's hear your answer. Everyone's like, oh shit. Good Lord. I played both sides of the fence. You can't both like me and hate me. It doesn't work that way. That's not how life works. You can't do both. I don't get it, man. Anyway.
We do here. Let's go back.
Haters and detractors versus everybody else. Whose side are you on? How's it going, guys? You doing all right? You doing well? You doing good? Good. All right, so we're here to go over I really need more emotional support. DSP's in a bad way. A real bad way. He's had it rough. This is the pre-stream from September 20th. This was brought to us by Markus Daily Productions. The link to the video itself will be in the description, and you guys know the routine, man. We're gonna go through, we're gonna see what his problem is, and we'll go from there. Hopefully it's entertaining. So let me go ahead and get everything squared away, and then we can make this happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
All right, what is up, everybody? Phil here on the pre-stream. Today is Wednesday, September 20th, 2017, ladies and gentlemen. How is everybody doing? How are ya? Hopefully you're good. I am Darkside Phil. I am here live on the stream. I am late. I didn't want to be late. It's just more personal shit creeping up to delay me. I wish it was great, fun, happy personal shit, but it rarely is these days. You know, that's life, I guess, but...
No, that's your... Well, that is life in general, but it's definitely your life, for sure. Everybody has their problems, but most people do what they can to eliminate those problems before they become bigger problems. You, on the other hand, just sit back and wait.
I'm just so tired of my life. At this point, it's like every 3 months, there's something crazy that happens that throws me for a loop and, you know, screws everything up, and I don't know. Right now, I'm just to warn everybody, all right? Because I talked about this, I made a big video about this on Monday night on my vlogging channel, The King of Hate Vlogs. Coming up, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be wonky, like the streaming schedule and everything is going to be thrown off. Like, I can already tell you this Friday, and this has nothing to do with what's going on, but this Friday, there's an inspector coming here to inspect the fire alarm for our facility, so that means the stream can't start at the usual time. They're coming between 1 and 2 p.m., so my stream on Friday is going to be later. It's going to start around roughly 2 p.m. as soon as the guy's gone. And it's going to run later. It's probably going to run later by about an hour or so, okay? And then...
Here, let me cut in for just a second. So, I remember Almighty Tevin actually talking about this years ago. Well, 2 years ago. Where he said that he would get more out of streaming for like 9 hours, like he used to do back in the day, than breaking it up into 2 separate streams. Because when he broke it up into 2 separate streams and he has his breaks and all that, it just made him lazier. He takes a 10 or 15 minute break every hour anyway. So it would probably be more beneficial if he would just go ahead and stream for like 8 or 9 hours straight and just keep it at that. The thing is he's trying to tap into 2 markets. He probably doesn't even realize this, but he's trying to tap into 2 markets, and he's trying to do it at the peak times on Twitch. The problem is with that is that if you follow somebody on Twitch and you follow them, you know, you're a supporter, like you really like watching that person stream, you know when they're gonna, you know when they're gonna start and when they're gonna stop. And even if you can't be there in the beginning, you'll be there for the middle or the end. And I just feel like that doesn't register with him. and he's just lazy. That's really what it comes down to. So he makes it sound like if he misses a morning stream, who really cares? Because it's very obvious that he'll do it at night, and he'll probably cut it short at night, or he'll run it by an hour. But like, if he can't start streaming till 2 because of the well, let's say after 2 o'clock. I'm sorry, because of the inspector. Then why don't he just go on Twitter, as he usually does, and say, "Hey guys, I'm gonna stream from like 4 to 10." It just do that. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. He's gonna run out and do a DSP tries it after that anyway. So what's the difference?
Monday, folks, I'm not able to stream my first stream, at least at the normal time. I've actually got something going on during Monday afternoon, which is the only time I could do it. So that means Monday's first stream is in limbo. I don't know when I'll be able to stream, but I will let everybody know via social media what's going on when I'm able to stream that, because I do want to do as many streams as possible. The good news is there's no new releases really next week until Friday of next week, so it's not a big deal that one stream is thrown off, but it still is a minimum, okay? So yeah, and I would honestly expect a lot of stuff to be kind of weird moving forward, because of some, this personal shit that's going on. So FY.
This personal shit that he doesn't want us to talk about, or that he doesn't want to talk about because he's afraid that the detractors and the haters will dissect it, as if we're not already doing it.
Just a warning to everybody, okay? I'll let you know. I'll always do my best to let you know ahead of time. It just sucks that today, all of a sudden, I had to make a bunch of phone calls, and then phone calls were coming in.
Here, actually, let me actually pick your guys' brain for just a second. All right, let's talk about these game releases. All right, if you think about it, in truth, on any given night, 2 or 3 game releases are going to be paid for. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to put anybody's name out there in particular, but you hear them a lot in these videos. Like, there are like 2 or 3 different people that send him donations when he's not streaming, and they usually stream heavy. And I'm sorry, they usually tip him when he's not streaming, and they usually tip very, very heavy on his weekend streams. Sometimes during the week, but really on the weekends. And it's usually like the same like 4 or 5 people. And I mean, when I mean that they tip heavy, I'm talking about anywhere from $20 to $40. And they may do that, well, let's say this, anywhere from $10 to $40. And they may do that 3 or 4 times during a stream, at least twice a week and whatnot. That right there covered game releases right then and there, if you think about it. If you really honestly think about it, in the span of a week, he may cover, just off streaming, he may cover, in tips, he may cover all of his new releases for the month. So what are you really doing with your money, actually, now, DSP? Like, what are you really, really doing with your money? You know what I'm saying? Let's say, and I'm going to be generous with this, let's say he's pulling, like I said, I'm being generous, but let's say he's pulling $200 a stream, which is below average as it pertains to streamers. But let's say he's pulling $200 a stream. He streams. Let's do this. Let's say he's doing 400. He makes 400 a day. Let's say that, because he streams twice. What, 4 hours per stream roughly? So let's say 400 for the day. Okay, 400 for the day. What's that? That's 2,800 for the week if he streams all 7 days? Yeah, that'd be 2,800 if he streams all 7 days. We know he doesn't do that. He takes at least 1 day off. So, all right. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's 2,400 for the week. You know what I mean? So what's that? That's what, 9,600 for the month, give or take. So almost 10 grand. That's at the $400 mark. So, yeah, what are you doing with your money? Like, what are you really doing with your money? Between Patreon, which we know Patreon's dying out, what little bit he's getting off YouTube, and then between, I would say, subscriptions, people resubscribing to his Twitch, and between being tipped, not the bits, because that's not the bits. That's what he begs for, but I don't know why. But just between tips and donations, he probably walks away with a pretty good chunk. So what's he doing with his money? I'm sorry, I just want to pick your guys' brain on that for just a second. Let's keep moving.
A bunch of shit going on when I'm supposed to be starting up with my work here. It blows that's what happens, but that's life, I guess. Alright? So as I said in the video on Monday, folks, the best thing you can do right now to help me out is to be positive, to be supportive, to be nice to me. I don't even know how else to say it, at this point, that's really what I need right now, is any kind of support you can lend. Any. A lot of people, oh, Phil wants more money. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Any kind of support you can lend, just being positive about me, moral support, anything. It's greatly appreciated right now, because I'm in a situation where every day I'm stressed to the max at this point, and it has nothing to do with you, nothing to do with me, nothing to do with anything that we've been involved in at all. Bullshit. Folks, I hate to be a sayer of doom and gloom, but when you grow up, you will constantly be bombarded with bullshit that really you didn't have anything to do about. It sucks, right? It really does. Alright, so, that's enough of that. Let's start talking real stuff now, instead of talking about the bullshit, okay? So welcome to today's first of 2 gameplay streams, ladies and gentlemen. You may be wondering, okay, what is Phil doing today? Because if you read my schedule last night, it was very ambiguous. I was like, well, I'm going to be playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I don't know if I'll be playing it again later in the day. It might be Marvel plus Rabbids. I don't know. Here's the deal. Here's what I think I want to do. So, yesterday on stream, what did I get to do? Well, I played through the entire story mode. Well, first, actually, I take that back. I did the tutorial mode first. I played the tutorial mode, which explains some of the new game mechanics and everything of MVC Infinite. And then I did the story mode, which was about 3 hours long. Then, on my nighttime stream, I finished up the story, and I took 2 characters. I took Ultron and Hagar. Is it Hagar or Hagar? I've heard it pronounced both ways, by the way. But anyway, I tried both of these characters, both in their trials, completed their trials, which were pretty tricky, because each trial now has a tag-in combo, meaning you have to, during a combo, tag in a character, continue the combo.
Actually, let me step in here for just a second. Also, I have a theory that I've been formulating. I was going to save it for a DSP news, like, special report, but let me kick it by you real quick. Let's talk a little bit about the indoctrination process that Phil goes through. Now, this is just the way I see it. You guys tell me what you guys think. But I think the reason why he over-explains everything is he tries to cram so much at you in such a small period of time. It keeps you disoriented. You know what I mean? Like, he throws so many things at you so quickly that it's so, if, you know, especially if you're young, you're having, like, especially if you're a kid, if you're, like, you know what I'm saying, if you're a kid, you got so much, you have to take in so much information so quickly. And he goes around in a consistent circle. Games, new releases, I need help. Stress, games, new releases, what I'm planning on picking up, I need help, I need stress, Patreon, Teespring. Alright, okay guys, we're all good, we start the game. And then you get into the salt and everything. But you see, he generally goes around in a circle once, maybe twice, and you, like I said, you're so flustered by what he throws at you that by the time you really have your head on straight, you're really like, God, oh man, I really gotta help Phil out. Man. He really needs some help. I've been thinking about that for a long, long time. I think as long as I've been watching a lot of the DSP material, that that's probably how he did it. That's one of the ways anyway, how he really cultivated this hardcore base and how he really convinced them to give him all this money. When you look at it in the broad scheme of things, how is it that people set money aside out of their daily budgets to contribute to him? How does that happen? Who does that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was something that he cultivated over time also. Like, this took time, this took patience, a lot of it. And, I mean, to have a fan base that loyal, that's willing to do these things for you, is ridiculous, to be honest with you. But I at the same time, it's impressive on how he pulled that off. But, I'm sorry, man, that's just me. I just want to throw that out there.
And then tag yourself back in to finish the combo. Pretty challenging trials. And then I took these characters into training mode and messed around with them for a little bit in order to figure out, how to play as them a little bit more combo ability-wise and stuff like that. And it was fun. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. This is entertaining. This is good. I like this. And I want to mess with more characters. Because the bottom line is, if I go online right now, all I can play with is 2 characters. So I've only touched 2 of them in a capacity of kind of figuring out how to play with them. So that would be kind of stupid. So I want to play with more characters. But to play with more characters means more time away from online play, which is what everyone wants to see. And I was even thinking, let's say, for example, I pick 2 to 3 more characters. And I already have an idea of some of the characters I want to play with. I definitely want to try out Hulk again, because Hulk I liked in MVC3. I also want to try out Chun-Li, because it seems like she plays very similarly to how she did in the original Marvel vs. Capcom in this one. And I also want to try out maybe one more character. So that's what I'm thinking, is maybe have a crew of 4 to 5 characters to mess around with.
Excuse me.
Oh my god, excuse me. 4 to 5 characters to mess around with. So when I go online, now I can mix them up, right? I can switch between the characters and try different team combinations, and see how that works out. So that's why I want to do that. But the thing is, if every character, their trials take, 20 minutes each, now you're talking at least an hour. If I do training mode with each one, you're talking probably about another hour. So now you're saying now I'm only going to have an hour left to play online. That's not a lot. And I was like, well, then maybe what I should do is tonight I should do more online play of MVC Infinite. Of course, I know that there is a group of people who have been watching Mario plus Rabbids, and now there was no Mario plus Rabbids on Monday.
All right, let me cut in right here. First things first. Okay, so you're saying that you want to pick up some new characters, and you want to go through their tutorials, and then you want to hit training mode. Fair enough. That's reasonable. How about you actually before you start streaming, how about you wake up early? How about you wake up like 2 hours early and whatnot, get what you need to get done in the house, whichever that is, now that excuse me, now that your ex-girlfriend's gone. Do what you gotta do around the house, you know what I mean, whatever that consists of exactly. And then how about you pop the game in and go ahead and mess around with that for about an hour and a half or so. Then when you start your pre-stream and whatnot, since there's usually nothing on screen anyway, why don't you go ahead and just run through the tutorials while you're talking to yourself? Why don't you just do that? And you do that over a couple days and you can have your characters knocked out. Why not do that? All you're doing is talking for... Actually, he can do that twice, because he does a pre-stream twice a day, doesn't he? Or, I guess that depends, but he definitely does it once a day. So why don't you do that? That's easy, because during your pre-streams are what? Between 30 and 40 minutes, sometimes an hour if you really have a whole lot of... If you have to really squeeze out that sympathy. So why don't you just do it that way? You know what I mean? You're making yourself seem like you're busier than you really are, and you're trying to act like you're trying to hit all your bases and please everybody, when really you're just doing what's convenient for yourself. And that's why people shit on you, because people point that stuff out, like me.
Because of this bullshit that happened, and now there may be no Mario plus Rabbids today. This is when people start to get disheartened. Oh man, this is a game I really liked, and Phil was playing it gung ho, and then all of a sudden it went on hold. And now he's not playing it anymore. What's going on? It seems like it's endlessly on hold. And listen, I get you, all right?
Wait a second. Now that I think about it, isn't that that's one of the same reasons why you didn't want to play Mario Sunshine? Well, the main reason why he didn't want to play Mario Sunshine is because he's not getting paid for it. Because Nintendo finally got him after all those years that he had screwed them over when he was with Machinima. That's the real reason why he didn't want to play Mario plus Sunshine. But also the fact that but he's not getting paid for it, so it's not a priority. He throws it in there for the views and the stream, well, for stream attendance, more than anything. He doesn't. I'm actually kind of curious on how much he really cares about views on YouTube now, especially now that the comment section is shot. But it's really about the attendance on stream. The more views, the more people he has watching the stream, the more commercials he can go through, I should say, and then there you go. So. Because trust me, he doesn't give a shit about Nintendo games whatsoever. If Street Fighter didn't come out for the Wii or for the Switch, he probably would have never even gotten the system. He could justify not doing it, unless, which what ended up happening anyway, someone just donated the system to him. So there you go. There.
I 100% understand what you're saying. If that is your mentality, I get it. This sadly is what happens every single hardcore gaming season, without fail. This is what happens.
Damn.
What happens is, you get wrapped up in so many new releases, that, something has to go on hold, something has to kind of suffer. And when you have a game like Mario plus Rabbids, where it's been an ongoing, progression of getting new abilities, getting better, and I understand why people would be upset that it's going on hold. I get it, okay?
But keep in mind, though, also, this is coming from the man who did, 100+ parts of Persona, and then dropped it on the final boss on easy. Trust me, he doesn't give a crap about finishing a game if he's already got your money, or at least your stream attendance and all that in the beginning of the game. You know what I mean? That's why when you look at his early playthroughs, I'd say, and this is just being generous yet again, 1 through 5 catch all the views. Everything else is just kind of limps along. and whatnot, except for his fighting game coverage, because people love that. They love the salt.
I apologize for that. Sadly, I'm only one man, and the fact that, you know, I am here trying to put out entertaining stuff for you every day, and stream as much as I possibly can, but also juggling personal shit that's going on. It's challenging, folks. It's very challenging, especially the fact that I'm by myself now. Again, I know I've been bringing this up a lot lately, but it's just matter of fact at this point, you know. As I've lived out here in Washington for over 3 years, for those 3 first years, I was with a significant other who was helping to take on the responsibility and the load. And, you know, there were days when, okay, I'm super stressed out, I streamed, then I do personal shit, but then I could just sit down to a nice home-cooked meal that was a healthy meal, and it was ready for me, and, you know, have that moral support of someone there that loves you, and I don't have that anymore, and it sucks.
Wait. All right, hold up. Okay, he said to help carry the load. I think he's supposed to mean help share the load, first off. So, let's give a point to Leanne for that. Second thing is to have a nice hot home-cooked meal for you every day. How is it that you expected this girl to essentially get up, clean up the house, make sure that you were pretty much, your pig pot was basically full, go to work, then come home and have dinner ready, you eat, you say that you spend about an hour with her doing dishes and all that, when we obviously know that's not the case. You're actually probably uploading, you're probably cutting the stream up and uploading it. You stream again, and then you go to bed. So how much time were you really spending with her? Exactly. And I commented on someone's, I did comment on actually on someone's video who had also talked about this. I can't remember whose video it was. I was commenting on somebody's video about, I thought that was bullshit. There was somebody under me who was like, well, what do you think he misses more? Oh, I can't remember how this person worded it. What did he miss more? Leanne's love and support, or her paycheck and the cooking? And I remember a bunch of people, they didn't shit on the guy, but they were basically like, because I know I said that I was like, he misses that paycheck and that food and that cooking. He doesn't miss anything else. I can't remember what a bunch of other people said. I think a lot of people say that, are you joking, or whatever the case may be. But that's what it really sounds like. It sounds like you really just miss being pampered, and you didn't do anything else for her, which might explain why she was so goddamn bitchy in the first place. At the same time, what did you think? What was your real plans to moving to Seattle? Like, you know what I mean? Like, were you planning on going over there, getting her away from her family, as most people speculate, and she was just going to be your live-in maid, and that was it? And then when money got tight, you told her to go and get a job instead of you getting a part-time job. You both could have gotten a part-time job, really, and try to shoulder the load like that. But yet you expected her to essentially be a working housewife, and you just reap the benefits of it. How long did you really think that was gonna fly for? Like, really? Like, how long did you really think you were gonna get away with that? Jesus Christ.
Because it is something that helped me out, you know, very much. And now I'm back to being myself again, just me. And, you know, not to dish on you guys, that's certainly not what I'm trying to do, but I just hope you understand, this isn't anything to do with you. You know, I'm trying my hardest to keep stuff up here, and it's very difficult. It is, alright? It really is difficult.
And another thing, when you listen to him, when he talks about, well, he never says her name, but when he talks about Leanne and her leaving and him being by himself, he sounds like somebody who's drowning, literally, or he's suffocating, and he's clawing to try to catch his next breath, and he can't. And that's why he's always stumbling over his words. And you can hear, and as time goes on, that's why he talks about that situation briefly, because once he really starts to get going, that's when he starts to get frustrated. When he starts to get frustrated, that's when you see a lot of that sneak dissing that he was doing there for a little while. So, it's very obvious that she probably came home one. I don't know. We'll make a video on that. We'll do a video on that. I'm thinking though that after that panic attack, as most people do, after that panic attack, she was like, you know what? You ain't never gonna change. I'm gonna call Tyrone and I'm gonna be out. That's my thoughts. But I'll work on a video for that. We'll touch on that.
To do it all myself. It would be one thing if I had someone here living with me and, you know, helping out, but I don't, and it's tough, especially now I have this house, and, you know, as I said, with all the shit going on, I may end up losing my friggin' house, and, You know, it sucks. I know. I want to please all of you. I want to say, oh yes, we're gonna do Mario plus Rabbids. Plus, we're gonna do Marvel. Plus, I'm not gonna miss any stream time at all because you know I'm gonna duplicate myself. I'm gonna clone myself. I'm gonna split like a single cell organism. I'm gonna split into two, so that one Phil can deal with all the personal bullshit, and the other Phil can do all the fun gaming stuff constantly. But sadly, that's not reality for me.
It wouldn't matter either way because you guys would both fight about the money regardless.
So anyway, apologies, folks, for bringing all this shit up. I really do, but sometimes it helps to vent, right, a little bit. Thank you for being understanding. I'm excited for Marvel vs. Capcom today. I am. Yesterday, I had no idea what to expect when I played this game yesterday. I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go. Everyone's saying the game looks like shit, and I played it. I was like, well, the game does look like shit, but the gameplay seems pretty solid, at least for a versus game. Okay. What it seems to be is a combination of MVC 1 and 2. That's what it really feels like to me. So I guess we're gonna see, as I play today for the first time online, how it's gonna go. All right, folks. So here's the deal. We're gonna play by ear. We're gonna see how the stream goes today. All right. And I'm thinking more than likely, it is going to end up, probably that I'm probably gonna be playing this game all day. Especially if I have a lot of fun here on the first stream. Then more than likely I will be playing MVC Infinite all day long. And apologies again to those who want the Mario plus Rabbids stuff. I like the game. I obviously wouldn't have played it as far as I have, but it's just gonna wait for a little bit longer until I get a chance to play it, okay? Fair enough.
Basically saying that the views and the stream attendance on Marvel is so much better that I'm willing to put you to the side until it dies down, basically. See, what's so hard about saying that? Like, really, being like, hey guys, the stream attendance and everything is just super high for Marvel, and I really need the support, as much of it as I can get right now. So, we're just kind of going to roll along with Marvel for a little while longer, and we'll fit Mario plus Rabbids in as whenever we can. Why not just say that? You know what I mean? And just be upfront about it. Instead of kind of just leading them along, giving them hope on something that might not actually show up. Like, why do that?
Alright, let's see here. Alright, so that's the deal. Today, probably MVC Infinite all day. We'll see. Tomorrow, more MVC Infinite. And yes, tomorrow night, I'll do my best to do Mario plus Rabbids. Friday, the stream will be a little bit later, but we'll be running later. Saturday will be a dual stream day. Sunday, as you know, Sundays are always just a single stream day. And then Monday is all screwed up because I got something I gotta do in the afternoon, so I'll let you know about that. And then next week, pretty much continuous streaming every day, until Friday when Cuphead starts. And then Cuphead will be the new release to end the month, alright? So, we'll see. We'll see how things go, folks. Alright, so outside of that, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk a little bit more about other stuff going on. It looks like, first of all, Muxie is working again. Thank goodness, because yesterday was a mess. Yesterday we had upwards of almost 1,000 people here watching me play the story mode of the game, and people were really excited. They were cheering, they were subbing, they were tipping, and nothing was showing up. I couldn't see it, you couldn't see it, nothing. It was just dead. And it sucked because then Muxie finally corrected itself later in the day when it was too late. But that's life. I'm not paying for Muxie, I can't complain, right? It's not like Muxie's not getting anything out of, helping me with this stuff. It's just a free, I don't even know it. Honestly, I don't even know what they get because I don't pay them. I wonder what Muxie gets out of being this kind of plug-in thing for streams that helps streamers. I don't know how they benefit because I didn't pay for a subscription or anything. That's actually a great question. Both Muxie and Streamlabs are free. So what do they get out of it? That's a enigma. I wonder how they operate, because obviously they're a business, right? How do they operate if they're not getting paid? Huh. I have no idea. I'm stumped. I don't know if any...
Okay, what kind of scumbag shit was that? Okay, first things first. Despite the fact that it's a free app or it's a free application or whatnot, how the finances of that works shouldn't mean anything to you anyway. To be perfectly honest with you, all you do is use that to help acknowledge the people who sub to you, tip to you, and all this nonsense. Which most of the time you miss multiple people anyway. You've been known to wait until the end of your streams to actually shout people out during cheers or things of that sort. So it's not like you're like actually, you know what? I have a meme on my computer for that, but not like a who's the biggest person right now, or one of the biggest? Maximilian. I'll use Maximilian. I like him. When someone cheers, subs, or whatever, he's like, hey, dude, I really appreciate it. Or he'll actually have the time to actually, hey, say their name, like, Light Cider or whatever the Light Cider, that'd be dope. Anyway, Light Cider, hey man, thanks for the cheer or thanks for the sub, and I appreciate it. You don't do that. You're kind of like, look over at the screen, go back to the game. 10 minutes later, look over at the screen, back to the game, and then a big donation or something comes up, and you're like, oh, golden calf. Thank you for the for the $20 tip, man. I appreciate it. That's how you do. You know what I'm saying? You're not known for being the most attentive as it pertains to donations and whatnot. That's so stay in your lane as it pertains to that. As for sitting there and talking about, oh, how do they run a company and how do they do something? Don't worry about that. You don't know nothing about that. That ain't your business. Don't worry about other people's money, except for the people who you're trying to take it out of. Other than that, don't worry about that. That's none of your business. Just stay in your lane and do what you do, and you should be at least okay. Jesus Christ. It's just the sarcasm in it. Like, he made it seem like he really cared. And then he tried to make himself almost seem high and mighty about it. Son of a bitch. Even when you're down in the mud, you believe that you're above worms. The fuck? Anyway.
Anyone knows, I'm stumped. Little Blake says they get data. And they sell the data. Is that true? They don't take a percentage of donations. That's not true. Tyler JKU says, oh, they take a percent. No, they don't. If you guys, like for example, tip me, that's PayPal that takes a cut. That's not Muggsy. They don't take anything. So I don't know what they're making out.
You saw how defensive he got? He's like, oh no, that's not true. Oh no, that's not true. No. Only PayPal gets a piece of my hard-earned money. Nobody else. No. They don't get none of my money. It's my money. It's my money. I love that money. It's my money. It's not money. No. They don't get anything. They don't get any of that. Just PayPal. Just PayPal. PayPal's the pimp. You know what I mean? I just whore for PayPal. No one else gets a piece of that. That's exactly what that sound like. Excuse me.
Anyway, that'll be our enigma for the day. How does Muxie stay in business? But anyway, Muxie exists and
doing better than you are, that's for sure.
They're actually working now. It's working.
Something that you're not doing.
Today. So that means if you cheer, sub, or tip me, I will be giving you a shout out, in which I will be doing in a moment, because a lot of people have cheered, subbed, and tipped before I even started on stream today, and thank you very much for that, by the way. Also, you'll be getting the pop-up messages on screen if you cheer 50 bits or more, if you subscribe to the channel and click the share button, or if you tip me $2 or more, any of those things.
Here's the thing, though, too. Some of you guys are probably thinking, oh, man, why don't you just do the automated message? Because that's when the trolls come in on the bullshit. And trust me, Phil won't be able to extend his arm quick enough to the keyboard to go ahead and nerf that out. That's why. He has to have as much control as he possibly can. Because outside of that house, he doesn't control anything. That's why he tries to control his online presence, but you can't even do that now, obviously. But he tries to control as much as he can in his bubble, in his little space, as much as possible. That's why he doesn't do the automated message. Weak. Jesus Christ.
You'll be getting an on-screen pop-up notification as well as a double recognition for your contributions. So thank you, everyone who has supported. Sadly, the charity drive has ended. I think that Twitch raised about $110,000, if I remember correctly, for charity. I could be wrong. Maybe it was $101,000, but they tipped over $100,000. So thank you to anyone who for the past 2 weeks cheered with the hashtag charity. You guys helped make that happen. That's awesome. That together we were able to donate to charity like that. That's awesome. Thank you very much for that. All right. Sound good?
I hear an underlining of salt there. Like he feels like a portion of that money should have gone to him for his hard work of getting his stream attendance to donate. That's my thoughts of it. That's my thoughts. Nothing that he says sounds at all sincere. It really doesn't. Not at all. If it doesn't benefit him, it's not sincere.
All right. I just want to throw this out here, folks. Obviously, Patreon for this month is, going right now. Patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. And this month it is the Halloween Horror Marathon. If we hit the funding goal for the month, I'll be doing a marathon of horror games. Excuse me again.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. And you'll be nominating and voting on those games if you pledge $5 or more. and you'll be voting on the Halloween costume that I'll be wearing during this event. But we are a ways off, folks. In fact, I looked last night. I believe we're like $250 or something like that away from the goal. There's only 10 days left to pledge. It's definitely doable. In 10 days, $250 is not a big deal. We could easily get, you know, a bunch of...
Now, here's the thing. As of me recording this is like 6 days after this was actually, after this pre-stream. And he's still down by... he's probably, at this particular day, today's the 27th, he's probably still down by 200 plus, if I remember correctly. At least $200. I remember back in the day, though, or not even back in the day, just maybe less than 6 months ago, when they usually hit the Patreon goal with 10 days still left to go. And you see, as time has gone on, the timeline has shrunk more and more to where now he's not even hitting the goal anymore. Now, he, like I say, he didn't hit he didn't hit the goal in August. He might not hit the one this month of September. October, who knows what his plans are for that. He really needs to wake up, because I think what's going on, in my own personal opinion, is a lot of the people who used to contribute to Patreon, they go to his streams and they do it that way because it's easier, and more importantly, they can spread it out over a couple days. You know what I mean? So instead of donating him $50 on Patreon and then having him beg them for more money throughout his streams, they can just toss $5-10 to him at his streams throughout the week, and then there you go. They can say that, hey, I contributed because I've given you $50 over the span of a week. And that's what frustrates Phil, and you can hear that in his voice.
People who pledge $5 or more. Okay? It's not an impossible goal. It's just, you know, people have to do it, and you have to be conscious of it. I think what I'm going to start doing is posting it up on my Twitter.
And really, he's just greedy. That's really all it comes down to. Like, it's greedy. He has so many avenues, quote unquote, to bring funds in, and he expects all of them to be maxed out to its fullest each and every month. And that's ridiculous. It really is. It's really ridiculous.
The problem is I talk about it on pre-stream, but I don't talk about it on social media hardly ever. And I think that's the problem, is I'm not giving it enough exposure. So I will. Tonight I will probably post this on social media about it, so that we can get stuff going. I want to do this Halloween Horror Marathon, but we got to hit the goal in order to do it, folks. Okay?
Hold on, you're going to take your begging to Twitter? Oh my god. Oh my god, you're going to take your begging to Twitter. Oh, I can't wait till Dragon Slayer gets his hands on that shit. God, dog. Oh boy. Jesus, Phil. You just know how to keep piling the shit onto yourself, don't you? Jesus Christ.
Okay? Just real talk. So check it out, patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. Alright, and then the Patron's Choice playthrough of Spyro 1 will begin basically when I start wrapping up new releases. So for example, right now I'm doing MVC Infinite, and I'm going to get back to Rabbids eventually. Once Rabbids wraps up, then I'll probably be getting to starting up Spyro, okay? And then it'll basically be me doing Spyro balanced with the new releases in October, I'm thinking, so.
Which means he's not going to do Spyro. Not at all. Because there's like three releases coming out like the first week, I think. And then like maybe 10 days after that, there's like 3 more. So, no, Phil. I very likely doubt you'll do it. Or if you do, he'll do it for like 1 or 2 streams just to appease the mob, and then he'll drop it.
I'll let you know more about that as we get to it, okay?
We'll see what game he rage quits first out of the new releases.
Alright, anything else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else before I do shoutouts. I don't think so. I think I've covered pretty much everything. Alright. Let's go ahead and do shoutouts, and then we will begin. So first of all, again, people cheering overnight are awesome. Gotta give credit to a bunch of people who cheered overnight. We had Golden Colts. We had, let's see here. Actually, hold on. I'm looking at last night's stream. Oops. Oopsie.
Alright guys, I skipped around a little bit, so here, this right here might be interesting.
1,000-bit cheer right before I started the stream. Thank you, Carlos K, for that. I appreciate that. Alright, then when the stream started, we had Will Snipe for food, who subscribed to the channel for the 2nd month in a row. We had Beppo Carrot did a 10-bit cheer and said, "Go DSP, does income from bits work the same way as subs when you do your taxes?" Yes, it does. All income that you bring in via live streams is taxable income. I talked about this earlier this year. I guess some people, I'm wondering honestly if people do their taxes correctly when it comes to this stuff. You know, luckily I do, because I have a accountant that I pay to do it. But no, it's all taxable income. Some people are like, oh, tips aren't taxable because that's like a gift, right? Wrong. All tips are taxable, just like if you were a waitress or a bartender. And all cheers and subs and all that is taxable income. You gotta pay taxes on any income that you get, or else you're gonna get in trouble. Carlos K did another 200-bit cheer.
I mean, you might be in trouble now, actually. So, you didn't do that well, possibly.
Thank you, Carlos K. He said hashtag DS positive. Tanamouter did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you, Tanamouter, for the cheer. Last Rambo 341 gave me a $10 tip, and he said, "This is a thank you for your NBC coverage yesterday. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Last Rambo. Thank you. Appreciate that, and I hope you like the upcoming NBC coverage coming on. Okay, coming up, not coming on, coming up. All right, we got a disgusting name that I'm gonna ignore, but I'm gonna say thank you for the $1 tip." He says, "I hope NBC Online is good. It's an absolute piss off how Street Fighter V's pro dick ride the game when it's not even competitive. This is the 30th anniversary of Street Fighter. Capcom should just remaster all the Street Fighter games on consoles with good online support and netcode." But you see, here's the...
Now, I agree with that. As you know, I think it's like the 30th anniversary of Street Fighter is coming up, or it's already... I think it's coming up. Or you know how they do. They usually celebrate that throughout the year. And I really wanted to see, to be honest with you, all of the Street Fighter 3s, which would be Street Fighter 3, Second Impact, and Third Strike, all of the alphas, which is like 4 or 5 of them, and what else? There was like, and I think I wanted Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. I wanted all of that basically to be online, and to be all in one game package, I should say, and all have online capability, like GGPO or whatever the case may be. But I don't think they're going to do that, but they should. They really, really should. I think it would, just not only the nostalgia, but it kind of reintroduces a whole new group of people to the older stuff, you know what I mean? Instead of just Street Fighter 5. Whether you like the game or hate it, it has its problems. You know what I mean? That's why everybody's flocking to Marvel, because they hope Marvel will kind of be the savior until Dragon Ball comes out. Once Dragon Ball FighterZ drops, I expect the tournament scene to really erupt. You know what I mean? Because video games and anime and manga kind of go hand in hand.
Problem. They would actually need talent to do that, and they don't have it.
That's interesting, having one person who doesn't have talent talking about another group of people who don't have talent. That's special.
I mean, let's face it, NBC Infinite, it may be a good game, but the vast majority of characters are taken from another game that someone else made. Think about that. How many characters are from NBC3? And they just tweaked them, right? I hate to say it, but I think Capcom, behind the scenes, lost a lot of their talent base. I think people left or got laid off, and now they're working with these people who just aren't up to snuff for the quality level that Capcom...
Here, let me cut in yet again. How is it that someone who doesn't have a job has so much to say about people who do have jobs? I never really understood that aspect of him. He's been out of the workforce for, 8 years? How the hell are you going to throw shade on people who get up and go to work every day? You don't know what the job field is. You don't know what the job market's like. You're not in it. You cry about the fact that there's no jobs even though you haven't looked at 8 years. So, how is it that you have so much to say about people who actually get up and go to work and you don't? I don't get it. I really don't. Like, fucking A.
Is usually known for producing. Alright? And that's the problem. We've got these games coming out. Street Fighter 5 is a joke. For anyone who's been a longtime fan of the Street Fighter franchise, right? There's no way you could play Street Fighter 5 with a straight fucking face. Just starting to play, you can tell it's so bad. It doesn't even feel like Street Fighter anymore. I don't know. That's why I don't play that piece of crap. Alright, shout out to Encelor, who subscribed to the channel. Wow. Thank you, Encelor, for the sub. I know you're a long-time viewer. I don't know if you've ever subbed before, but I appreciate the sub. For those who don't know, because I should have brought that up. Alright? I should have brought this up. Basically, if you sub to someone who you've never been subscribed to before here on Twitch, from now until October 2nd, it's half price.
Alright, we're going to cut this because there's nothing really else to that. So, here you go. He, basically, to sum it all up, he's talking about his pitter-patter story and how he needs more support. He just needs people to pretty much be nice to him. Actually, I'll give the benefit of the doubt, and I will take one more look and see if there's anything else worth kind of going through. And if not, then we'll close this up, and we'll move on to the next video.
Tron, Hagar, Ryuho, and Chun-Li Thanos. You can mix and match between them along with the stones. I don't know about Ryu. Ryu seems real bad. Like, his reach seems terrible, because he's so small in this game compared to other characters. I don't think Ryu is going to be very good, honestly. I mean, I could be completely wrong, because we are here in the early stages of the game, but I don't think Ryu is going to be very good. I'm just saying. What I may do, I'm thinking Morrigan. I'm thinking maybe Chun-Li, Morrigan, and Hulk may be the characters I try out today, because I have experience with all 3 of them from previous Marvel games, and just seeing with their trials what they changed up a little bit of these characters may allow me to play them at a good level. So we'll see. Let's see what I do today. I'm not sure. Shout out to Rabbit. A rabbit tipped me $1 and said, "Wah." Thank you to the rabbit tipper. Thank you very much. YOLO Dopper did a 10-bit cheer and says, the fighting game community is looking to put this game over Street Fighter V. Listen, if this game is good, I would not fault anyone for putting this over Street Fighter V. Seriously. Seriously, because Street Fighter V is booty duty. It is a piece of stinky crap, and the less people who play that piece of stinky crap and play a good game, the better, in my opinion. Sure.
All right. So, yeah, we'll probably end it at that. So, there you go. Like I said, Phil really likes the game because he has the attendance that consistent attendance that he's always wanted. And more importantly, he's really, probably for the first time in a long time, he's really trying to prove that he can beat out the more flashier combos. And he'll probably fail miserably because he's missing the meta altogether. And he just doesn't have the reaction for it all. You know what I mean? He really doesn't. Unless he's holding back on purpose to be like entertaining, and that's that's just funny all in its own right. So yeah, I wouldn't expect too much out of that. All right, guys, that's going to pretty much be the end of this video. I'm looking at there's probably two more videos that I think I have lined up. So I'll see you guys in the next video for those. And we'll see. We will see. But yeah, end the video.
Not just talking, you know, the usual suspects. Every fighting game streamer. Play Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and my penis gets so erect every time I see one of those 95 hit pattern combos and incredibly 100% safe rushdown tactics. Oh my god, my penis, I can't control it. It's like